Welcome to the Blackout Podcast. Where I get to talk to amazing people who do amazing things. And this one has been, cause like you know what? The first time you kind of came on my radar was when you guys went to Atlanta. Do you remember? That was like
which trip was that? This
fuck
year?
You.
No, I'm not even trying to flex. I'm not even.
Okay, no, I'm fucking around. But it's the one when you went with Marjay. There was like
so that was early out.
Exactly.
That was my first trip.
That was yeah. So I've been watching that career thing happen. And
hey, thank you,
I have
brother.
to say, the work is amazing.
Thank you.
Soulstice, everything. And so all these awards is kind of like just confirming what I've known. Like, okay, this guy is dope as shit.
I appreciate that.
Dope as shit.
I appreciate that.
So the music, before we even get into music, why did you become a DJ? Because you inspired the shit out of me. Like my friend got me a controller. Man. For real.
Man, kudos to you. I love that, man.
No, like,
I love
for
that.
Real.
Whenever you want to vibe, whenever you want to cook
so
up.
So why did you like, I'm making music. I'm still going to make music, but Soulstice Radio, what happened there?
I mean, COVID kind of is really what was the catalyst of all of this like evolution. And it's interesting you say that you just got into DJing because podcasting is in a way what was the transition for me going into DJing, because once COVID happened, I was in so this is after Atlanta.
Yeah.
I was in St. Lucia for quite a bit of time, all during the COVID thing. We couldn't perform, we couldn't do nothing really. So I started like putting SoundCloud mixes together and just like dropping songs in Logic, because that's all I knew at the time, you feel me? And just put it up on SoundCloud, and it was called Soulstice Radio. After a while, me and my homies, we turned it into a radio show where we were actually able to like, we went every week at the radio station in St. Lucia. It was 3 of us, Jen, Dwight, and myself. Soulstice Radio every Thursday afternoon on Blazing FM. And then, you know, we all went our different ways, came back to St. Lucia for a bit, and then it was at The Wave every Saturday morning. And then once COVID had like officially subsided, I came back to Halifax and started the Soulstice Radio as a podcast. And that's when I linked up with Rennie and Stack and you check it, the whole gang. So I was doing the podcast vibe, I was doing Soulstice Radio every Saturday morning. It would drop online on all the streaming platforms, and then it will drop in St. Lucia as the actual radio show, you feel me? And then things started to pick up more with the artist vibe, so I couldn't really focus as much as I wanted to on the podcast vibe. But during that time, because every week I was doing the episodes, I started to amass a catalog of music of like my friends, you feel me? So it was already consistent with the vibe that I was into. It was already consistent with the branding, so to speak. And then shout out to man like OKTK, shout out to DJ Henry, Kuz. Them guys really like openly embraced me and just like show me a couple ropes. Like Kuz just borrowed me his controller and just left it at my crib, bro, and just let me practice. DJ Henry, I couldn't even DJ at the time, but he hit me up one day and he was like, yo, you want to DJ at Bar Sophia? At that time, I didn't have a controller. All I had, bro, was my laptop, Logic Pro X, and I was dropping in song by song by song, like it's Tetris, my G, like real thing. And that's how for 4 hours at a bar,
fuck.
right? And
That's so much work.
which is hella counterproductive. Like when you actually learn to DJ and you realize how hard you were making it for yourself, it's wild. But yeah, that was it. And again, because of like the fundamental thing of it has always been music, and because it's always been sort of like different branches sprouting from the original seed, which is music, and the branding, the aesthetic, everything of it, the sound of it is still very consistent to who I am and what I represent holistically. You know what I mean?
Let's talk about the name Soulstice Radio. Where did it come from?
It's
a fucking beautiful name, man.
Thank you, my brother. Again, that started out of a sense of a necessity. This was around 2017, and I had gone home to St. Lucia. I was there for about 6 weeks, right? And the thing with St. Lucia is like, there are amazing artists there. There's a dope industry. There's a dope like culture and community for music. But honestly, if you're not really doing soca or dancehall or calypso or zouk or Denry segment or bouillon or one of them kind of things, there's not really a lane for you. So I wanted to be able to perform at my home. So I was like, all right, let's make some shit that fits what it is that I want to do. And those that want to come to that will come to that. You know, whoever that is for will receive it. So I shout out my brother Quan Miller. He lives in New York right now, a Lucian brethren of mine. He helped me put the whole thing together. And I was just brainstorming ideas for names, and then honest to God, like one day in the shower, just like Soulstice. You know what I mean? And that was the name that I ran with as the live event series for a while. So I was doing like a show every Sunday at 7 p.m. in St. Lucia. And then when I came to St. Lucia, when I came to Halifax, that's how I met Rennie originally, because I did the Soulstice as a live event at 7 Bays in Halifax. You feel me? We were talking about that yesterday. You dig? And yeah, from that, it just kind of continued to evolve from Soulstice, the event series, to Soulstice Radio, the radio show, Soulstice Radio, the podcast, Soulstice Sounds, the overall collective that now includes the DJ aspect of it, which like, bro, like the scope of this is crazy for what it is that we can build with it, especially in collaboration with Million Vibes and what they doing already, what we already kind of got going on. Like it's become, it's made things very self-sufficient. It's made things very, very in-house, and it's dope to see, to be able to build with my brothers, you know?
Yeah, no, that's the thing. Actually, so you came back from Halifax, and because of the radio show / podcast and like, okay, the vibe at Million Vibe. What's the vibes?
You check it?
Okay, cool. So like, what about the vibe you saw in Million Vibes made you feel like, okay, this is a good place to like pitch your tent?
There were a lot of parallels in our journey. You know, I'm an immigrant who moved to a place that people don't typically move to for music, and kind of, you know, fighting an uphill battle or going against the grain, and willing to like experiment, willing to delve into different sounds. He went like, just the course of the journey of an immigrant moving to a first world nation is something that we can all kind of relate to. That's like a consistent like struggle that we can all attest to. And I think that, in addition to just like Rennie's vibe, his energy in the studio, like there's not much that has to be said. Like Rennie is a star. You feel me? Like I think we can all agree on that Rennie is a star in the making. And then once I met Stack, you know what I mean, it made so much more sense, because Stack was the spirit that balanced out the chaos that is Rennie sometimes. You check it?
Yeah, that guy never stays on stage. He has to always jump in the crowd.
Man, you need somebody to like, you know, point where it's shooting, you know, and Stack is one of them guys, you feel me? So it just made sense, man. Like I've maybe it was like me being a kind of sort of like an only child growing up, that I've always wanted that sense of community. I've always, anywhere I've gone, I've always like formed a faction, formed a tribe. Like I want to see people around me win. And once I link up with Rennie and Stack and Fargo and the whole squad, it just felt like that tribe was found. And in a place like Halifax, we're all super different. You dig, like what we do, so it's not like we're competing in any way with each other. All we really do is complement each other.
Yes.
And you could see it works. Like if you even look at the metrics, like me, Rennie, and Nulo that we just did the project with, our monthly listeners are all going up at a consistent rate together, because we're all primary artists on each other's shit. So it's real like cross-pollination happening in real time. You know, the actual spirit of a collaboration, the results are there. You can see it.
Talking about winning, you didn't win the freaking award. What? Like,
You know what? I thought about it, but here's the thing. Like I still have a couple other things to do. I didn't want to be walking around with the award the whole day, and it's like, all right, bro, we get it, you won. You know, I didn't want to be that guy. I should have for the culture.
But I want to say congrats on your win.
Thank you very much, man.
I mean,
thank you.
You won at the Music Nova Scotia.
DJ of the Year.
You won now at the ECMAs, which is like, you know.
Now ANSMA, we won Artist of the Year at ANSMA.
And now this, like, so, like, how does that feel, you know, having this, okay, I want to be an artist, you know, and there are people that are going to like, you know? And now you kind of have this, you have your catalog, you have your friends, you have your community, but you have, like, actual awards saying, hey, we recognize this thing you're doing. How does it feel?
It feels very validating and reaffirming, you know? It's very surreal, very serendipitous too, because like, I have this line in Getaway where it says like, I've never been here before, but why does it feel so familiar? I've done this route, this run before, the ECMAs, the Music Nova Scotia Weeks, the Junos, the North Bank, this, that, and the third, the hopscotch. Like I've been in Halifax since 2009. I got signed to Half-Life Records in EMI Music Canada in 2012. I did my last exam for university and signed my contract the same day.
Wow.
I've been through, you feel me? But the difference is this time around, bro, the vision is so much clearer. I had to take a lot of time to learn myself, be more comfortable with myself, and that reflects in the music, how like freely I am to like go through different styles and sounds and vibes. Like that came from a place of no longer like questioning who I am or what my purpose is. And it took a lot of like self-sufficiency and struggle and like survival to learn a lot of the things that I know now, to be able to execute them in the way that I execute them now. So like the vision is clear because I'm able to, I guess, like have my hands on pause a lot more of the aspects of it. You feel me? The graphic design, the editing of the video, the like damn near everything that you see aesthetically that represents the brand of Kayo and Soulstice sounds and them thing is something that I put my hands in. So like there's art in everything, bro. Like all of these things are an extension of that, and being able to finally paint that picture in a way that it's actually like received. Like I be listening to like, I just hit like shuffle on my Spotify just to listen back, like to see where I've been or where I'm at. Like, is there improvement? Is there growth? Is there any of that? And I'm listening to a lot of the records that the algorithm be setting my way, and it's like finally successful world building. You dig? Like everything sounds and with extension to what Rennie and everybody doing, like because we all collaborate like organically without even realize what we're doing, we building an entire like ecosystem of like vibes and sonics, bro. It's super dope. So like to be able to get a lot of these opportunities that I have had in the past but was not able to fully utilize or exploit, to have those opportunities again and to be able to, you feel me, like really execute, and then for people to actually see it, support it, and celebrate it. Like I feel the love, bro. It's crazy. It like gives me goosebumps sometimes. It's hard to believe, especially coming from like where we come from. You dig? So I'm super grateful for where we're at with it, and I don't take it for granted.
Okay, so you're going to UK?
Yeah, on Monday, which is terrible planning on my part, if you ask me. Why would I do that? But in my defense, I booked the flight before I got the offer for the Songwriter Circle.
Right.
So I am staying for the Songwriter Circle, and then I had to pack for the UK trip before I came to PI because it's a quick changeover.
Yeah. Okay, I'll end with this though. Like your career, it's where you'd love it to be, and you love having like your fingers right on, on the keys to say.
Yeah, man. It's not where I want it to be yet, but
it's on the path you want it to be.
The trajectory is clear.
It's on the path you want it to be.
Yes.
You know where you're heading into. I'm ending it with this question though. How do you keep going?
Mushrooms. I'm joking. I'm joking. You don't know how to cut that, but cut that. Now for real though, self-discipline, self-motivation, getting up every day and not waiting for somebody to tell me what to do. You know what I mean? Like getting up and go get it and showing initiative and being present and giving yourself grace and praying and trusting the process and just keeping your eye on the prize. That's how you keep going, for sure.
Thanks for being an inspiration. Real talk, I went to Snacks you were there. I was like,
Yeah.
wait, like the music, because you were, playing people's songs, but then like in between you were playing songs, I was like, those are the kind of songs I like. There are songs that are like you don't hear on the radio.
That's what it
or
is, yeah.
I was like, that's the song I listen to.
Yeah.
And I was like, I want to do that. So I told my friend, just in passing, I was
That's
like,
crazy.
so he first got me like a toy thing. I was like, oh fuck, okay, fine, whatever. And then he
That's
gave me a
dope.
controller. I was like, okay, so now I'm like, so I started with like the Serato free one, lights, whatever. I'm like, but now I'm like that at the pro level.
Yep.
So much to learn. So when you come back from UK, I want
Let's
to like
link up.
reach out because
Yeah.
like I love it. And my whole thing is like, so I'm that DJ that if I'm playing, I don't care if people are dancing. As long as I'm enjoying it.
Yeah. I feel you, bro. It's a fine line to walk, because eventually you got to check what ball you have to actually.
No, of course. To be fair though, like my taste in music, not to be bragging, is pretty
That's what
decent.
it is. That's what it
and
is.
I think like, surrounding myself with people like you, is like I have access to music.
No doubt.
So I can be like, oh, that song, I freaking like it. Let me play it so I can add it to my
and I'll
list.
share my catalog with you, bro.
No,
like, we
man,
can always,
I appreciate
we
it.
can always collaborate on that.
Congrats on your win.
Thank you very
Congrats
much.
on this trajectory you're going.
Thank you very much.
Thanks
We
so
still
much.
got one on Sunday. We don't know if we got that yet. There's
Okay.
the Fusion recording of the year that's going to be announced on Sunday at the brunch. And that's for Afrobeats and Affirmations with Rennie and Stack. So I really want to take that one home. I want to bring that home for the squad.
Okay, so I thought I was going to leave early. Now I have to stay. I have to stay.
Say less. I want to bring it home for the squad. You know
Congrats
what I mean?
on your win and good
Thank you
luck
very
on the
much.
nomination, man.
Thank you. Extended Trip out right now. Deluxe version to my album Trip is out right now. Go check that out. Yeah.
Okay, nice one.
Thank you very much.